السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you, Mr. Nourani?
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Sheikh, how are you? Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Now, you look for the rules of letter Ra. Okay?
Okay, Sheikh.
You look for the rules of letter Ra. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yes. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's start. Okay. The rules of Ra. The letter Ra is made heavy in 8 cases. The letter Ra is made heavy in 8 cases. The letter Ra is made light in 4 cases. Both ways are permissible in 2 ways. What are our opinion? That's good.
Yes, Sheikh.
It is good.
Yes, Sheikh.
Then last. It is good than last. The rules of Ra. The letter Ra is made heavy in 8 cases. Number 2, the letter Ra is made light in 4 cases. Number 3, both ways are permissible in 2 ways. Okay?
Yes, Sheikh.
Now, 8 cases for the letter Ra to be heavy. Excuse me. Yes. Eight cases for the letter Ra to be heavy. Number 1. Number 1, when the Ra is with Fatha. When the Ra is with a Fatha. As in Ramadan. Repeat after me. Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Yeah, you can open your cam. Can you open your cam? Yes, very good. Ramadan. Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Yes. This is the first case to be Ra heavy, when the Ra is with the Fatha. Okay. Number 2, when the Ra is Sakina and preceded by a letter with Fatha, as in Maryam. Yes, Maryam.
Maryam. Maryam.
Look at Ra Sakina preceded by Fatha. Okay.
Yes, Sheikh.
Yes. Number 3, when it is second and preceded by a second letter other than Ya, and that is preceded by a letter with a Fatha. Again, when it's second and preceded by a second letter other than Ya, and that is preceded by a letter with a Fatha, as in Wal Asr. Repeat after me. Wal Asr.
Wal Asr.
Wal Asr.
Wal Asr.
Yes. Look at letter Ra, second. Okay. Preceded second, no preceded ساكن no letter ياء. no letter ياء. اوكي.
Yes.
راء ساكن preceded ساكن without ياء letter. preceded فتحة. والعصر.
والعصر.
Yes. Number 3, okay. Number 4, when it has a ضمة. خلاص, it finished with فتحة, now with ضمة. If you understand with فتحة, you understand with ضمة. Okay? Okay. Again, repeat. 1, 2, 3. Number 1, with فتحة, like Ramadan. Number 2, with سكون preceded فتحة, like Maryam. Number 3, when it's ساكن preceded ساكن without ياء letter preceded فتحة, like والعصر. والعصر. That's easy until now?
Yes. Yes.
It's easy until now? Yes. Continue. Okay.
Yes.
Number 4, when it's a ضمة, as in كفروا. كفروا. Yes.
كفروا.
Look at Ra here. Ra has ضمة. Thus, it is heavy. It is heavy. It is heavy. It is heavy. Okay. كفروا. Number 5. Yes. Number 5. When it's ساكنة and preceded by a letter with a ضمة. With a ضمة. Preceded ساكنة and preceded by a letter with a ضمة. As in القرآن. القرآن. Look at
القرآن.
Again.
القرآن.
Yes. If I ask you what about Ra here, you answer heavy. Why?
It is Ra sakina preceded by
preceded ضمة. preceded ضمة. راء ساكنة preceded ضمة shortly, or preceded by a letter with a ضمة. You can shortly answer ساكن preceded ضمة. Okay. A long answer, it is ساكنة and preceded by a letter with a ضمة. Okay.
Yes.
Number 6. When it's ساكنة and preceded by a second letter, which is preceded by a letter with a ضمة. Again, when it's ساكن and preceded ساكن preceded ضمة. Like خسر. خسر. Again, خسر. Yes.
خسر.
Look at راء here. ساكنة. Preceded ساكن preceded ضمة. It is very, very easy until now. Again, number 4 and the 5 and the 6. 4 about with ضمة. If راء has ضمة, like كفروا. كفروا has ضمة. Yes. Number 2. Sorry, number 4. Number 4 with ضمة كفروا. Number 5 ساكنة preceded ضمة, like you know ضمة.
والعصر.
No ضمة. This is with فتحة. ضمة. Again, this is
قصر.
القرآن. Again, number 4 كفروا when it has a ضمة. Yes. Number 5 when it's second and preceded by a letter with a ضمة. القرآن second preceded ضمة. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Number 6, when it's second and preceded by a second letter, which is preceded by a letter with a ضمة, or second preceded ضمة, as in خسر. خسر. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We take now 6 cases for letter ra to be heavy. Okay, heavy تفخيم. Arabic مفخمة. مفخمة. Repeat after me. مفخمة. راء مفخمة. Repeat. مفخمة.
مخفمة.
مفخمة.
راء مخفمة.
مفخمة. مفخمة. تفخيم.
مفخمة.
Yes. Yes. Number 7. with سكون and preceded by همزة الوصل. with سكون and preceded by همزة وصل. as in الذي ارتضى. الذي ارتضى. الذي ارتضى. again please.
الذي ارتضى.
الذي ارتضى.
الذي ارتضى.
yes. الذي ارتضى.
الذي ارتضى.
تضى clear تا then ضا. تضى تاء light but ضاد heavy. الذي ارتضى.
الذي ارتضى.
yes. الذي ارتضى لهم.
الذي ارتضى لهم.
yes. ارجعوا. ارجعوا.
ارجعوا.
yes. if I ask you what about راء here ارتضى ارجعوا, you answer it is heavy. why? preceded همزة وصل. preceded همزة وصل. okay.
Yes, sir.
This is number 7. second preceded همزة وصل. Number 8. Look at. Yes. Please. When the ra has a سكون and it's preceded by a letter with a كسرة and followed by a heavy letter with no كسرة in the same words. Again, number 1, second, number, details, the eighth case, I details you, I explain you by detail. When the ra has a سكون, number 1, preceded by a letter with a كسرة, preceded كسرة, number 2 shortly, preceded كسرة, and followed by a heavy letter with no كسرة in the same words. Number 1, second, preceded by كسرة, followed by a heavy letter, no كسرة. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Like these five letters in all Quran. In all Quran, only these 5 words. قرطاس, فرقة, وإرصاد, مرصاد, لبالمرصاد. Yes, I listen from you.
فرقات.
From قاف letter. قرطاس.
Yes, sir. قرطاس.
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 Yes.
فرقة.
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 Yes.
وإرصاد
وإرصاد.
وإرصاد
Yes.
مرصاد
مرصاد.
Yes.
لبالمرصاد. Yes. لبالمرصاد. These 5 letters in all Quran about when the ra has sukun and preceded it is a letter with kasra and followed a heavy letter with no kasra in the same word, must in the same words. Okay, this is 8 cases for letter ra to be heavy. This is 8 cases for the letter ra to be heavy. Okay.
Yes.
Continue.
Yes.
Continue. Yes, this is 8 cases for letter ra to be heavy. Light ra has 4 cases. Light ra has 4 cases. Number 1, when the ra is with a kasra. When the ra is with a kasra, as in Kareem. Yes, repeat after me. Kareem.
كريم
Rih.
ريح.
If I ask you, what about ra here? You answer light. Why light has kasra? Okay.
Yes.
Number 2, about light ra. When the ra has a sukun and preceded by an original kasra and not followed by any heavy letter in the same word. Again, when the ra has sukun, number 1, preceded original kasra, not followed by a heavy letter in the same word. Number 1, sukun, preceded original kasra. Yes, followed no heavy letter in the same word. Again, please, with second, sakina, preceded by original kasra, followed no heavy letter. No heavy letter. Yes. Again, when the ra. Yes, repeat. Read. You can read. When the ra.
When the ra has sakina and is preceded by original kasra.
Yes.
Is preceded by an original kasra and not followed by a heavy letter in the same word.
Yes, like Fir'aun. Fir'aun. Look at ra here. Look at ra here. Ra, second, preceded original kasra, followed no heavy letter. Ain, no heavy letter. Fir'aun. Okay. Fir'aun.
Fir'aun.
Yes. Please wait 1 minute. Assalamu alaikum. Excuse me.
Yes, Sheikh.
Yes. Again, read this slide.
When ra has light ra 4 cases, The second case is when Ra has a sukoon and preceded by an original kasra and not followed by a heavy letter in the same word, as in Fir'aun.
Yes, second preceded original kasra, no followed heavy letter, no followed, which is no followed heavy letter. Fir'aun. Look at Ra, second preceded original kasra, Ain, no heavy, but light, in the same word, okay? Number three about light of Ra letter, okay? Yes, when the Ra has a sukoon and is preceded by a non-heavy letter with a sukoon and that is preceded by a kasra. Again, when the Ra sakina has a sukoon preceded by a non-heavy letter with a sukoon.
Preceded by.
Yes, when the Ra has sukoon and is preceded by a non-heavy letter with a sukoon, and that's preceded by a kasra, like Hijr. Look at Ra here, second. Yes, preceded by a non-heavy letter, a non-heavy letter with a sukoon, a non-heavy letter with a sukoon, and that is preceded by a kasra. Ra sakina preceded by a non-heavy letter with kasra, preceded kasra. Hijr. Yes, Ra sakina, Jim letter, light letter, no heavy, with the sukoon, preceded by kasra. Okay, number three. Number four. Yes. When the Ra has a sukoon and is preceded by ya letter. When the Ra has a sukoon and is preceded by ya letter. Okay, as in Qadir, Khayr. Yes, Qadir, Khayr. This is ya maddiya. This is ya liniya. Qadir, same. Ra sakina preceded ya, same maddiya or liniya. Qadir, Khayr. Qadir. Yes, repeat after me. Qadir, Khayr. Yes. Now we finished 4 cases for the letter Ra to be light. Okay? You can repeat these 4 cases again. No problem. No problem. Where is? Bismillah. No. No. Excuse me. Why? There's no. Bismillah. Yes. Excuse me. Yes. light ra for cases when the ra is with a kasra. When ra is with a kasra. Kareem, rih, number 1. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, Nurani.
yes, Sheikh.
When the ra has a sukun and preceded by an original kasra and not followed by an heavy letter in the same word, as in Fir'aun. Look at ra, second, preceded, original kasra, no followed, heavy letter in the same word. Understand?
Yes, Sheikh.
Yes. Number 3, when the ra has a sukun is preceded by a non-heavy letter with a sukun and that is preceded by a kasra, as in Hijr. Ra second, preceded by a non-heavy letter second, preceded kasra. Okay? Hijr.
Yes. Hijr.
Number 4, when the ra has a sukun and is preceded by a letter, like Qadir, Khair. Okay? Now,
Yes, Sheikh.
we take both ways, permissibility of taking the ra heavy or light. Permissibility of making the ra heavy or light. When the ra has a sukun and is preceded by a kasra and followed by an heavy letter with a kasra while continuing. Number 1, when the ra has a sukun and is preceded by a kasra and followed by a heavy letter with a kasra while continuing. فرق. فرق. When after I explain this. فرق كالطود. فرق كالطود or فرق كالطود. You are free. You are يعني two ways. You can make ra light or heavy when continue. فرق كالطود or فرق كالطود. Okay?
Yes, Sheikh.
But when stopping, when stopping on it with a sukun, the ra will be only heavy. Will be only heavy. Why? فرق. This only word in all Quran. Two ways when continue, but only one when stop. Two ways light or heavy when continue, but when stop only heavy. Okay? Understand this?
Yes, Sheikh.
Yes. Permissibility of making the ra and heavy light. Number 2, when the ra has a sukun and preceded by any heavy letter with a sukun, which is preceded a letter with a kasra, and this is well stopping with a sukun. Again, when the ra has a sukun and is preceded by an heavy letter with a sukun, which is preceded by a letter with a kasra, and this is while stopping with the sukun on. Two words in Quran, Misr, al-Qitr. Misr two ways when stopped. مصر heavy, مصر light, القطر heavy, القطر light. Okay, when stopping. مصر when continue only heavy. Why? را becomes has فتحة. مصر. You know, you remember را with فتحة heavy. فتحة ضمة heavy كسرة light. ضمة فتحة heavy كسرة light. مصر when continue only way heavy, but when stop مصر or القطر two ways light or heavy. القطر وأسلنا. القطر وأسلنا when continue light. Why light? را has كسرة. را has كسرة. Okay. This is all rules of letter Ra. By practice and answer questions, this Ra fixed inshallah. Any questions about rules of letter Ra?
No, Sheikh, it was very good.
Very cool. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.